it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go on a nice little Thursday edition. Timmy Hall here with you. Good to be here with all you fine Buckeye fans. Got my man Bodie Wells on the other side of the glass. Just me and you. A Buckeye versus an Irishman. Here for the duration of the show. You sit there tonight and you be quiet. No, it's actually going to be a lot of fun because at 6:20 tonight, I didn't know this about you, Bodie.
Neither did I, Timmy, honestly.
This is a big week for you because tomorrow in the 5 o'clock hour, you versus Tyvis on Man and Bone, we're going to have some kind of marshmallow eating competition for all the glory that will determine the outcome of Monday night's national championship game. So we're all looking forward to that. And then I come along and I uncovered some lost footage. The film was burned, right? Like you moved and the last copy was burned, but somehow we gave it to some of the technicians here at 10 TV, and audio was able to be restored. Actually, we gave it to Bob Taylor back there, and he uncovered. He could fix almost anything, so he was able to pull some of the audio files out of it. It's when you tried your hand at acting in a remake of Rudy. It was really interesting stuff to hear, and honestly, I can't wait to show it to everybody. I can't wait to let everybody hear that tonight.
Same here. Yeah, it was fun.
It's going to be fun. You know, it was the scene for folks that don't remember the scene. This was what led into it.
Fortunately, I haven't really found a place to stay yet.
Funds pretty low, huh?
All my savings went for tuition. I shower over at Holy Cross. I'm getting by all right. Mm-hmm. So this is it, huh?
Yeah, this is where it all starts and finishes.
Where do you shower, Bodie?
I do actually park at Holy Cross on a regular basis when I go to Notre Dame games.
Do you?
I don't shower there, nope. So
I didn't know if you...
It's not a far walk, though, so, you know.
I didn't know back when you were banging, trying to make it at Notre Dame, if you had a home or if you were homeless like Rudy was.
I was sleeping on the bench, the park bench right outside the stadium. Yeah.
Fortunately, I hang out under the bridge. I'm okay, though. Poor
I'm doing
Rudy.
just fine, Clark.
I'm doing just fine. If that doesn't stress how rough Rudy had it, I don't know what will. Sleeping on a cot, showering over at the gym, that's how it goes. So, as we get ready for Monday night's game, I've been listening to all of our other shows on the Fan a lot more than usual. I do obviously check into them anyway, as far as my normal routine goes. But for weeks like this, when everything just feels bigger, when you know that you're coming up on a big time event, the game tells you that we're coming up on it. But just as you go about your day, as you hit up the store, you go out to eat or whatever, everybody just has a certain uptick about them. People are more excited because of what's to come. And I think a lot of people expect a certain kind of outcome, and that helps too. And with the way that the season went, with losing that game to Michigan, but we're in this new system, and so you have the opportunity to rally. It all goes into it. But when you're playing in a national championship, you still, despite what we're going to say, and we're going to look at these NIL budgets, and we're going to assume that brands like Ohio State and Notre Dame's of the world and Texas and Alabama and all these guys, just look at one of those in the group that I mentioned. One of them was not here. So it's easy to just assume and expect and hope that we get to this spot every year, but we've lived it. We understand it. It doesn't even feel like we made that one national championship run since 2014, since winning it all. It really, that pandemic year felt like a lost year and just a year for fun because things were so disjointed and so strange. You didn't start playing football till almost November if you're Ohio State. They make it to the title game. They only wound up, I think, with 8 games under their belt total, and that's playing in the national championship game. Here, they're going for their 16th game. They're going to have a chance to get to 14 wins if they get it done on Monday night, and that will be right where Jim Tressel's undefeated team was. First team in college football history to ever go 14-0. So that's what you have here. That's what you're staring at. And hearing all the guests and just the different voices, whether it's former players or big-time analysts. And, we had Cardale Jones on our show. So having a national championship quarterback, you're going to have the second most recent national championship winning quarterback in studio here for the whole 4 o'clock hour from Man and Bone tomorrow. And then tomorrow, actually, at 6:30 on our show, me and Tyvis will be here for the whole hour, getting ready for a nice night of Buckeye basketball. They're taking on Indiana. We'll have Rex Kern on. So we're going to go with the 3 most recent national championship winning quarterbacks at Ohio State. 4, if you want to get technical, because the Buckeyes claimed one in 1970. And in 1968, they were an absolute bar none consensus. But I love the system we have today. I really do. I've enjoyed
I actually
this.
think we should go back to when teams just claimed them.
Yeah.
We'll take that one.
Well,
we'll take that year off your hands.
I'll tell you what. Go and stare at Ohio State's 1971 and tell me what you think about that.
And they're not alone, too. A lot of schools
they're not. They're not.
Get those numbers up a little bit.
It's tough to lose your bowl game and then claim
a national championship.
But hey, you know what? Do what you do, right? Like we're taking it. Central Florida is going to take a 12-0 national championship season. Then the Buckeyes in 1970, who is going to take that away from them? But no, I really can't wait. I'm ecstatic about how this weekend is going to unfold and just getting ready for it. What is Saturday and Sunday going to look like for all of us as we just sort of meander around? There's not really anything that there's not going to be as much to do to pass the time other than watch professional football. I mean, that's likely, if you're listening to us, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be watching the NFL playoffs. I've got a Commanders game, which I sort of don't even really, I'm not going to say I don't care, but I feel more open that I'm playing with house money, that they're a little bit ahead of schedule with where they are with a rookie quarterback. They're the underdogs going to the Detroit Lions, try to pull off an upset. That'd be great. But just to get your mind right for Monday night, it's going to be a long, almost 3-day weekend. It's a holiday weekend. So if you've got the Monday off, that's great. You'd probably prefer to have Tuesday off on the other side of that. Why can't we just go to that? Why can't we get that done where the day after the 2 national championship games and the Super Bowl are just government holidays? That's what needs to happen. We need to sort of add 3 more to the system. I'm not saying take any away or adjust them, because all the holidays that we have are great, but let's add 3 more, because football is America. America's football.
Fun, sir.
Football's fun. Fun. Not zero fun, sir. It's a whole heck of a lot of fun. But, going back to Urban Meyer, national championship winning coach, the most recent one here, of course, from 2014. He was inducted into the College Football Playoff Hall of Fame just yesterday, and the guys on Morning Juice had him on this morning, and it was just so interesting to hear him and Tressel, who I'll play some comments from in segment 2 tonight, but the 2 most recent title-winning coaches talk philosophy, and just to hear what they hit on. And Urban talked a lot about getting ready physically, getting ready emotionally, just how you get up for big football games. This is what Urban said about the emotional side of it.
The first one, ironically, Bobby, was the one against Ohio State when I was in Florida, and we walked into that stadium in Glendale, Arizona. And normally, you take a deep breath when you're in those beautiful arenas, but all of a sudden you walked into that one, and I remember it physically took my breath away. I looked up and I thought, holy cow, this is really it. We are really in the show. You see signs all over the place, and national champion, and so it is overwhelming. And then the ebbs and flows of a game, that once you're getting in the game, I think it's just a game. I hate to say it like that, but it's everything up to it and that point when you jog on the field. But once the game starts, now it's about managing that game.
The other thing I thought was good, too, is to hear different people's takes on what the distractions really are out there. And this was one of the distractions that Urban felt at a lot of different times going into some of these bigger games.
I was always concerned because I would get home. My first one in 2006, I walked in the house one day and my Shelly looked at me. She was, I can't believe this. There's 350 people trying to get tickets. And they're all close. And they're all great friends. And who's coming, who's not coming, and I can only imagine what the players are going through. And that just gets into your mind as far as, instead of preparing, you're worried about stuff you shouldn't worry about. So that was the biggest thing that I was hoping our players would just be able to stay focused.
Yeah, 350 ticket requests coming in there. And I never thought about that, how that is something that could probably stress you out, because as a player, you're really happy and you're proud that you're going to get to play in a moment like this. It's likely the biggest moment of your life, certainly the biggest moment of your athletic career. And you just want to make everybody proud. And all those people that helped you or went to your games from, when you were younger in high school football days, you probably want to be able to hit them back. But there's only so many tickets that you have to go around. So I'm sure that can make you feel a little bit guilty or feel a certain type of way. But hopefully all these Buckeyes have their own methods to block out those distractions and focus on the task at hand, which is doing everything they can do to win this football game, not make those mental mistakes like you saw them make a ton of those early on against Texas. Here's what we're going to do. Before we go anywhere else, we know we got Buckeye basketball kind of setting us into this big weekend that we're going to have. That's tomorrow night. There's actually a cool card event at the game, too. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but if you're into the sports card trade, like me and my son is huge into this now, mostly NFL cards, but he was jacked up about this because Greg Oden, G.O., is going to be there, and there's going to be a specialty card to the first 500 or so that can attend the event. I think it starts at 5. Go to OhioStateBuckeyes.com, though. You can read more about that. The card shop that I go to a ton in Grove City is running the thing. So a cool little trade night and then the basketball game. So I actually have a pair of tickets for you to that game against Indiana tomorrow night, 17th at 8 p.m. It's a whiteout, so wear white. Why don't we do caller number 4 for Jeremiah Smith? And let's go 821-9710. 614-821-9710. If you're that caller 4 to Bodeman there, you will get those tickets. And speaking of him, our producer, Bodie Wells, he's a man of many talents, and he once took a swing at acting. We listened to that next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
If you recently lost health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Marcus when he lost his job, and Keisha when she turned 26 and lost her parents' insurance, and Elena when she went off Medicaid. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Feeling the aches and pains of everyday life slowing you down? Introducing Blue Emu, America's #1 emu oil formula for pain relief. In a recent clinical trial, 91% of users saw improvement after using Blue Emu. Whether you're working hard, playing harder, or just staying active, Blue Emu penetrates deep to relieve joint and muscle pain fast. And best of all, you won't stink. Join the 91% who felt the difference. Find Blue Emu at your local retailer or online. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get 1 juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, 1 original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
As a child, I had the same hopes and dreams as other children. I just didn't have the same resources to achieve them, but I found the help I needed to be my best. I was a CareSource kid. CareSource is so much more than Medicaid. They help families overcome a lot of their day-to-day struggles, and that made a lasting difference in the lives of kids like me.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Get ready, Buckeye fans. Donato's just added something special to the pizza playbook. Introducing Donato's new Block O pizza. Donato's golden thin crust cut in that trademark Block O shape, loaded with crispy pepperoni, smoked provolone cheese, and Buckeye Spirit. It's the perfect pizza for game day or any day in Buckeye country. Now get a Block O pizza for just $10 with any pizza purchase. Order today with the Donato's app or at donatos.com.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Kroger with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Kroger, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including all-wheel drive versions of the best-selling Corolla. Now through February 3rd, get low-rate financing on a Corolla or lease a gas-powered 25 Corolla LE for $229 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy out there with a couple of flurries, but temperatures right around 30 on this Thursday. Overnight will fall back down to the low to mid-20s with a light breeze and mostly cloudy skies, giving way to some sunshine by Friday afternoon. Enjoy it. Temperatures back in the mid-30s before rain arrives on Saturday. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Broadcasting live from DeVere Posey's wonderful Cologne Emporium, also known as the Fan Studio. This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
You know, it's been a while since we've had our good man DeVere on the Buckeye Show, but still the Michael Jordan cologne, the remnants of it are here. That was really the extent of my cologne game. That was a badass cologne back in the day. When I was in middle school, if you can get your hands on that, you were doing just fine. We'll be seeing DeVere, I believe, next week. We just had a lot of Wednesdays where we've had the specialty show on. Like last night, we had the network guys.
Men's basketball weekday games. They play. They don't play on the weekends ever. They play just 2 weekday games, basically.
It's been so weird. It's just been strange how this has happened in this January. I mean, we knew it when the schedules were released.
Yeah.
But now living it, how we've had basically a Monday or a Tuesday, Friday, or a Monday, Thursday swing without the traditional one game, at least on a Saturday, Sunday. And then next week, I know they got the Purdue road game. That's going to be fun at Mackey. And then I think they even have through the weekend off. So they get an empty weekend end of January heading into February. So we will see that. Bodie, we're gonna get to your fun in just a second here. But I got to tell everybody and all my friends about my guys at Tri-State Men's Health, because it is the new year. And for a lot of us, it's a time of deciding to make some kind of positive change in our life. And if you're a guy that's suffering with that dreaded 2-letter acronym, ED, oh no, you don't need erectile dysfunction in your life. And if you're tired of the frustration and the embarrassment that ED can cause, you should call Tri-State Men's Health today. That number is 800-900-9654, or you can do the easier thing and just hop online. Go to tristatemenshealth.com. How many guys out there, how many of you just have a mediocre sex life? Is that good enough? Or could it be really good? Or could it be real nice? Really, really nice. So maybe the pills aren't working. Maybe everything could be working better. See my guys there. They've got wonderful locations right here in Central Ohio, the one in Westerville and the one in Hilliard, right off of the Cemetery Road exit on 270. So schedule up a consult. Your first visit is $99. You get the T and PSA test. If medically advised, you get the test dose in the office. And if it doesn't work, the visit is free. And you could be like a lot of guys and doing it the day after your appointment. Tri-State Men's Health. All right. So a long time ago, there was this famous sports movie. And I know a lot of Buckeye fans don't like the movie. And I know a lot of, stuff had come out about Mr. Rudy Rudiger, the real life person. I can still compartmentalize that. It's like how I can enjoy Tom Cruise in movies like Maverick, movies like Top Gun, all the Mission Impossibles. I prefer Tom Cruise pretending to be somebody else, not the actual guy, because he's a bit of a strange dude. He goes to Crazy Town. Yeah, he's going to Crazy Town. I still can see him when he was dating Katie Holmes, just standing on top of the sofa. What was he doing, Oprah that day, I think? I don't even remember the show. I just remember him on top of the couch. So people didn't enjoy Rudy. That is what it is. I still appreciate it for a sports movie. And I thought, Sean Astin knocked it out of the park. Like, this was one of his great scenes.
You've got to go, Rock. It's all right. I'm not afraid. Sometime, Rock, when the team's up against it, when things are wrong and the Breaks are beating the boys, tell them to go in there with all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
I don't know if I like that version or the version from the original Airplane, where Leslie Nielsen gives that speech to Stryker, whatever the pilot's name is, and he just changes the name to George Zip instead of George Gipp.
George Zip said that?
Go in there and win just one for the Zipper. So, as I said, Bodie had, before he got into radio, there was a chance that they were going to do a remake because Rudy came out in the early 90s. Right?
93, I think it was.
1993. Yeah. I remember seeing it in the theaters when I was a kid, so it was a while ago. And they were thinking of redoing this because it did well. It was a great sports movie, an iconic one. And the film that Bodie tried out for didn't wind up going into production, Rudy 2. And we actually found a piece of that scene. They almost recut the scene from that which you just heard the exact same way. So take a listen. Of course, there was no film, which that's great for radio. Just the audio of this remains. So here was our guy, Bodie Wells, in this reenactment.
I got to go, Rock. It's all right. I'm not afraid. Sometime, Rock, when the team's up against it, when things are going wrong and the Breaks are beating the boys, ask them to go in there with all they got and win just one for the Gipper. I don't know where I'll be then, Rock, but I'll know about it, and I'll be happy. Marcus Freeman, the Four Horsemen, Brady Quinn, Jeff Samardzija, Golden Tate, Zach Martin, Will Fuller, Jalen Smith, Ian Book, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Kyle Hamilton. Manti Te'o could have dressed in this locker. And we're going inside of him, we're going outside of him, inside of him and outside of him. And when we get him on the run once, we're going to keep him on the run. And we're not going to pass unless their secondary comes up too close. But don't forget, men, we're going to get him on the run and we're going to go, 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 go. And we aren't going to stop until we go over that goal line. And don't forget, men, Monday night is the night we're going to win. They can't lick us, and that's just how it goes. The first platoon, men, you go in there and fight, 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 fight. What do you say, men?
Oh, wow. It was a little bit different there. It was a little bit different there in the end.
I went the full Newt Rockney.
Yeah, that was
not the actual Rudy.
Is it Newt or Canute though? Because I feel like Rudy throws the hard K in there at the beginning of the name.
He's the only person I've ever heard do that.
I thought he knew something that the rest of us didn't, so I always went with that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've always heard Newt, but nevertheless,
well, that was a nice table read there, Bodie. That was pretty good.
I might be leaving radio before you know it, Tim. So.
I do like how the names changed. It wasn't like Johnny Lujak, Angelo Bertelli.
That was the millennial version of Rudy.
Yeah, the Four Horsemen. You did have the Four Horsemen in there, but Marcus Freeman.
100-year anniversary.
Yeah, just beautiful. Well done, Bodie.
Thank you,
that was a very nice job. Well, speaking of great performances, Jim Tressel had a lot of them when he was the head coach here at Ohio State, and he was on Morning Juice earlier this week as well. And I love hearing Tress talk about the motivational side of the game. That's something that obviously was key to him as much as the X's and O's himself. He talked about how teams have to learn how to deal with pressure when it comes to this.
I'm a dinosaur. We didn't do near what either of these teams do. But, football is a game of pressure. You're either applying it or you're reacting to it. You've got to make sure you're the team applying the pressure. But also the game is about momentum.
Yeah, pressure, it's momentum. We know that Jim Tressel was a guy that, cared about the game in all three phases. And even if a drive ended with some kind of kick, that was a good thing. And it seems to be, today's college football, you're just wanting to score as many points, and you're wanting to go as fast as you can all the time. Even though we've seen that this Buckeye offense, they do enjoy traditional huddle. So there's some throwback aspects here as well. He talked about a big key in this game and what it's going to be.
The key is the emotion. Where is your mind? Where is your emotional gas tank the day you take the field for the championship? Because it's been a long run. They've spent a lot of time, energy, emotion, and now it culminates when you get a chance to see if you can stand at the top of the mountain.
Jim Tressel once again on Morning Juice this week, and they had Urban Meyer on today. It's just been an awesome week. It really has been. And like I said, we are going to have a national championship winning quarterback. We're going to do a throwback one. We talked to Cardale already this week. Craig Krenzel is going to be on Man and Bone. He was already on Rothman and Ice as well today. And he's going to be in studio for the whole 4 o'clock hour tomorrow as he returns his triumphant return to Man and Bone. But we'll talk to Rex Kern of the 68 and 1970 team tomorrow here on the Buckeye Show, almost exactly 24 hours from now. It's going to be exciting. By the way, we here at the Buckeye Show are brought to you by our good friends at CareSource and also by Coors Light. We thank them for sponsoring this fine show. We do have some Blue Jackets hockey coming up. I am really excited for them. This is really just a great time.
You want to talk about a really nice surprise,
Let's
Tim.
go.
6 wins in a row.
Zach Werenski,
hopefully.
He had both goals last game. He is playing at an all-time high right now. They got a really winnable game. They need to win it. They're playing the Sharks, and hopefully another dominant game from Z. Our fun week getting ready for the Natty keeps rolling on. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. Jackets hockey next on The Fan.
Attention, Buckeye Nation. Get ready and grab a Coors Light to cheer on our Ohio State Buckeyes as we fight for a spot in the championship. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. I would know. I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my 2 best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit Ohio.